Zita pull up, rev the Harley with a smirk. Motorhome park, grill lit, she go berserk. Debo in the back, beast mode on the deck. Jet boat spin, waves crash, what to expect. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. She got the cane course, so that nickname King Kong. Debo bark, deep bass drop all night long. Leather jacket shining, hit the throttle, then she's gone. Riding through the vibes like she owns the whole song. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. Motorhome life, she a rolling sensation. Rest stop queen, every town's admiration. No filter needed, truth cuts like machete. Zita full of takes, so sharp, call her petty confetti. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. Motorhome life, she a rolling sensation. Rest stop queen, every town's admiration. No filter needed, truth cuts like machetes. Zita full of takes, so sharp, call it petty confetti. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. Bad girl Z. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet.
What's up, what's up, what's up, what's up? Welcome back to my rubbish. It's your girl, Zita Rae. And per usual, my life is a mess, but more messy than usual. I wanted to come live yesterday, and I've been working on this video, this stream, whatever it was going to be, for a few days. But I had some things to go on that rearranged my life. We'll get into it later. So today we're going to talk about some dumb, stupid stuff I've gotten myself into in the LOLCOW universe. But what else is new? It's dumb, stupid, dumb drama, and I'm trying not to react to the LCU, but when I keep getting lied on because of simp narratives that Keem's helping feed, doing what he does in his drama world, I just can't help myself. So we'll get to that after a few other things. Of course, I want to discuss that crazy thing that a family back east in Rhode Island discovered over their Memorial Day weekend, and the unbelievable coinkydinks in that story. Then we'll touch on the whole Elon Musk and Trump thing. Are we being baited? Are we being scammed? What is really going on? I'm not really one for politics. One, I don't follow them that closely unless it's an election year. But two, it's kind of like a TTT. Let's like conspire. Let's like investigate. Let's come up with our theories kind of thing. That's the part that I would like to cover over here. And I don't know if you've heard, but supposedly Elon is accusing Trump of being part of the Epstein files, saying that that's why he stepped away, that he as an Elon stepped away from his position at Doge and helping cut costs in the government spending in the White House. Duh, I know, right? Boring. But there's some tea and speculation, so it'll be quick and it'll be a little interesting. I think so anyways. And then I seen JD Vance was on Theo Vaughn this past weekend. That aired on June 7th. I'm sure it was filmed weeks ago, so there won't be like any Elon Trump stuff in there, but I'm gonna try and watch that because both Theo Vaughn and Joe Rogan, who by the way, I guess is becoming religious. That's dope. did fantastic interviews with both Trump and JD Vance. And I loved how how both Trump and Vance kind of redirected a lot of questions and actually cared to get to know the hosts. I don't know. To me, it was just like, oh, okay, that's kind of cool. They kind of just broed out. So you kind of got to get to know them a little bit more and kind of see the humble side of them. I dug it. So yeah, I'm going to catch that podcast if I get a chance. And then I found that clip of what a relevant LOLCOW queen, or just a queen, Miss Trisha Paytas herself, and another relevant cunty queen, Tana Mojo, thinks of drama channels and Keemstar. It's kind of funny what they were thinking he was up to. And then, I was dying laughing because the day that they said that, I happened to catch it. It was playing on my TV, and I walked by. I think I was like cleaning my kitchen or something. And I died laughing because it happened to be the day that Keem was popping off on our girl, Amberlynn Reed, after she sent a supportive super chat to fucking the LCU. He said something about she's been in DMs but won't come on a show, and he's fucking Keemstar, and he isn't going to be her friend, and he's going to be mean to her and shit on her and talk shit her until she comes on. So. And then finally, I'll fill y'all in on what's going on with me and this channel, and we'll do some Q&As from chat if we have any. Let's see if anybody's here to do a Mickey Mouse roll call. Yeah, Kimberly's here. Hey, girl, hey. And Monkey Pants is here. Zita, I love you, girlie. I love you, too. I love you, too. Emlo's here. Hey, boo. That's my bird, Thelonious. Working hard, putting in double time. So I had my computer all set up to have these tabs open. And then what had happened was your girl had to restart. And Apple has this cool feature where you could just reopen all the windows that you had open, the last window, and have all your tabs there. But your girl forgot, and I just opened Safari again. So now it'll only bring up the empty stuff. So I'm going to be a little slow doing this, but we'll get through it. Short story long, I'm having some back pain, so it's kind of keeping me from being able to sit for a long time. But I thought I could at least do this show and do this stream because I have a feeling I'm either going to get admitted soon for Pilo, or I'm probably going to get admitted soon for my surgery. So I don't know. I'm hoping I can just go in and get some antibiotics via IV and stay out of the hospital. But they always be trying to put your girl somewhere where she doesn't want to be, which is locked inside and not in the sun or doing the things that I like to do. So also, I wanted to tell you guys, I want to have you guys come up too and talk about things that you guys are interested come and talk about things that you guys are interested in. So if you put ideas in the comments and I can associate you with the idea, we can talk about it together. And it'll be pretty cool. Let's see. Let me find. I'm trying to remember where it's at, to where I can bring up my Windus. Okay, so recently closed. Oh, I'm in the wrong browser. All right. Don't mind me while I just learn how to use my computer again. Bitch. I just pulled it all open. I'm so proud of myself. I'm so proud of myself. I've had such problems with memory. I moved all kinds of stuff onto an external drive and everything. Hey, Inferno, welcome. I finally caught alive. Yay. All right, so let's see. We'll do the boring shit first, huh? Let's do the Keem. Let's do the Elon and Trump stuff. Okay, so I don't know if you guys follow or who you guys follow on YouTube for your political takes, but do I have him up here? I think I do. No, that's the other one. Hold on. Let me find it. Okay. Okay, so let me, I think we'll do this one, right? Okay. So this is Benny Johnson. He has like 4 million or some odd, yeah, 4 million subscribers, and he like dummies down politics for me, which I like. I like him, and I like black conservative perspective. The guy who goes, boy, oh boy, oh boy, oh boy. But in here, Benny was talking about how it was crazy because Megyn Kelly and Trump at one time had the famous interview where Megyn Kelly had said that you call women hogs and fat and this and that. Remember this exchange where Trump was like, no, just Rosie O'Donnell. Well, behind the scenes, behind private doors, Megan had a conversation with Trump, and he said, like, wouldn't it be awful if people kept talking about me? And then that's when it clicked, where she was like, holy shit, was this motherfucker acting this whole time? Like, does he do shit like this to get in the headlines, to do kind of stuff like that? So Elon had said he stepped away for this reason, that Trump was in the Epstein files, which I doubt. Like, a long time ago, his name was there, and it was investigated by the guy who wrote the book about the Epstein files. And it was supposedly a Jane Doe versus Trump. And there was an address, and he had sent a private investigator out to the address, and it was an empty lot. So it was obviously a false lead. But anyhow, when the Epstein list first leaked, it was on Twitter first. I don't know if you guys saw it, but the politicians and stuff that I seen on there, I was like, ooh, crazy. There was some past US ones, and there was some from the Middle East, like some princes and stuff like that. And I had even told Emlo, I was like, I bet, like, even though he says that he's going to release the whole Epstein files, that he's going to use that as leverage in negotiations at some point in time, because he has to, duh. I mean, it would be dumb not to. If Trump, being who he is, the master negotiator, he's going to use all the leverage that he can get. So, and then it was crazy because a lot of the world leaders and shit were wiped off of Twitter. I couldn't find them anymore. That doesn't mean they were like deleted. It was just the people that I followed didn't have it up anymore. So, Elon had put out a bunch of tweets saying the shit, and then you could tell he regretted it. He freaking deleted it all the next day. And so Benny's hypothesis is that Elon kind of got pissed about not getting the deals that he wanted in the what is it called? The BB bill. What is it called? Better bill. Anyways, it's a lot of like Trump's campaign promises, no tax on tips, no tax on overtime, all that stuff for the middle class that, helped vote for him and get him in office and stuff. And in part of that, it was like who was going to lead NASA, who was going to get what contracts in space to compete with China, all that kind of stuff. So the theory is that maybe, just maybe, this was all made for like media attention, and they're kind of in cahoots on it. So I don't know. There's a lot of tea and there's a lot of speculation out there. But these two channels I like watching. Again, it's Black Conservative Perspective and this guy, Benny Johnson. Oh, and I also watch, what is that, Sky News Australia. They have some pretty cool takes. They have a show on there called Lefties Losing It. Oh my God, I die. It's so hilarious watching all the soccer moms like lose their shit. So let me catch up with chat real quick. Mary says, oh no, I'm like, it's fine. You're not missing anything. I'm kind of just rambling and hanging out with you guys. I kind of briefly wrote down some things that were going on. So I was like, let me just ramble with some people because I might be off the internet. I don't know. Like, I'll probably pop up. But it's kind of like I'm struggling with that part with like how much do I involve you guys, because everything I'm putting on my channel is just like troll food. You know what I'm saying? Especially when people fucking using what's medically going on with me as ammo, when like that's normally not me. Like, I'm a tough bitch and I'm happy and I just love life and that's it. But I'm actually like going through some shit. So it's rough for me to be open about it, but it's like at the same time I want to build a relationship with you guys and let you guys in on it. As you can see, I'm freaking rubbing my back right now. So anyways, what do you guys think? Do you guys think that this Elon and Trump thing is all like drama, do you think that Elon's just throwing a bitch fit because he didn't get the contracts he wanted? Oh, in that better bill or whatever, there was the electric mandate, and so I think that's the EV, the electronic vehicle mandate. And I tell you what, like that shit pisses me off because one, a lot of people have said the framework isn't there to be able to charge cars and go wherever you want to. So, and not only that, I am one of those people to where like I live in California, so of course gas prices are high, our roads are shit, and I wanted an EV too, but I wanted like a hybrid, you know, so I don't have to wait hours to charge my vehicle. I can go like 700 miles on a tank of gas, and it's no big deal. And then my truck also has this dope feature. It's an actual generator, so it generates electricity. So say there's a Tesla that like ran out of battery on the side of the road, I could plug that bitch into my truck and charge it and be like, there you go, ho. And that also, it charges my my RV. So if I don't want to go into a campground, but I don't want to use the generator that's on board, I can plug it into my truck and just have electricity for earthing overnight or however long I want it. So, if Fredo says it's a show, they should just admit they're dating already. Who's the power bottom? You think Elon? I don't think so. He would never. Inferno says it's bipartisan to not like Rosie O'Donnell. She used to be funny back in the day, but she just turned into a cunty, miserable heifer, you know. So there's that. Let's move on to the clip that I was talking about with the queens of shit. Is it still here? Let's see. Oh yeah, here it is. This is Trisha Podcast and Tana Mojo talking about drama channels and putting it into perspective who Kim is. Sorry guys, I didn't put that back on my camera. I was just sitting here talking to y'all and y'all couldn't see me. It's probably better off.
As Oscar had a personal day yesterday, he wasn't feeling well, so I was like, "It's supposed to. You want to come on?" Because she's like so knowledgeable. She knows.
I was gonna say you're so smart for that, and most people would be afraid to do that. You know,
she's kind of like more mainstream. She's not like a drama. You remember back in the day, drama channels would like attack like Jaclyn Hill and Jeffree Star. She's not. She does like Hailey Bieber, Justin Baldoni. Like she brought like Jonas Brothers. Like she brings like mainstream stuff.
Damn.
So I never really get like scared. I love that. Like,
I'm scared to put her in 1.5.
They make stuff about YouTubers. Now it's more. I don't even know who does like drama anymore. That's still out there.
I like occasionally,
Sloan, but not really. Even he's kind of mainstream and he does like dark stuff like P Diddy and stuff. Like he hasn't done like YouTubers.
There was a time where the drama channels were like, oh my god.
I'm so glad it's over.
I know. I'll still see them now and again. Like if I search one of our names to like, let's say I search like Tana or whatever to like look up Loveline or like look up things on YouTube, I'll like see an occasional, like they still exist and like they don't do badly. They still exist and they do kind of well. I'm not gonna lie.
Because I sometimes would look because I have like PTSD from some of them and I'm like, oh, no one's like really watching, which is like kind of good because were like making up. You know what I mean?
There was a time where those were cracking like millions of views.
Or hundreds of thousands even.
Even
I think
like
now,
Keemstar. Like remember Keemstar?
No, my God.
Drama
where
alert.
is he? Where is he? Did he just stop? He's just like, I'm gone, I'm out. Maybe he won the lottery.
I think
that's what I would be. I'm like, I'm going.
I think he still does it. I see his tweets now and
again. But he used to post every day.
Every single day. And every time I would like hook up with a FaZe member, I would like wake up to like, you could see their carpet in Tana's Instagram story and I'd be like, I'm dead. Like, you know, it's, oh my God, Keemstar was wild.
He retired though. Good for him. Or I don't know.
I don't know if he did.
He's on Rumble. You know, all the like problematic guys go to like Rumble and he's over there.
Oh, like the like streaming.
David, our mutual manager, was like, you should go to Rumble. I was like,
and ooh. You hear my bird laughing. He's making fun of my laugh. Ooh. Did Keemstar retire? He probably should have, motherfucker. Probably should have. I thought that shit was hilarious. Agreed, Inferno. He's cloning Trisha's hair. I think it's kind of dope. Like she comes out with some crazy ass wigs, but that was her. She called it her cheetah print because that's what they're all into right now. It's a huge like mob wives thing on the East Coast. Right now, it's coming back. They're bringing Snooki back, bitches. And according to certain people, I'm Crumble Snooki. So maybe I'm about to have my time. After my surgery, I'm going to be all snookied out once I start getting ready again. Anyhow, that shit was great. I was dying. And like I said, the next day or that, like the day before, he was like talking about how great he was. I was like, are you though? Are you though? That's when him and I weren't fighting. We're at an impasse right now, just in case y'all didn't know and you're trying to catch up. Let's see. The family in Rhode Island. Okay, I thought this was crazy. Let's watch this. Look, guys. Is this at the beginning? Oh, okay. I'm gonna watch this one. It's a really short video. Let me put it in 1.5. But basically what had happened was this freaking family in Rhode Island went to open, stop me if you've heard the story before. Let me know. They went to open their pool over Memorial Day weekend. And guess what they found? There's going to be a delay. So it's going to take me a minute to catch up with y'all. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. Somebody tell me. What do you think I was? Inferno says, oh, Lord, Snicky made Jers look bad. You're from New Jersey? Oh, my God. Yeah, I mean, honestly, Jersey Shore was always known locally, but that show made the Jersey Shore like a thing. Why are you talking about the Voldemorts? I'm not into that family stuff around here, sir. You trying to get my channel struck? All right. Anyways, so what happened was they took off their pool cover, and it was the type that's, you lock it around the sides so it keeps animals and it keeps everything, the elements, the snow, that kind of stuff, like debris from storms falling off trees and stuff out of your pool. So there's cables and there's locks all around it. So they opened up their pool over Memorial Day weekend, which was like May 25th, 26th, or 27th, around that time. And they found a freaking body in their pool. And there was like no explanation of how that person got in there or how they got out. And then we'll watch the article just to fill you guys in on the rest of it. It's only like a minute and I have it sped up.
We are investigating the strong possibility, that it would be Matthew Zoll.
Suffolk Police Commissioner Kevin Catalina says they are currently waiting for the DNA analysis to confirm if a body found in a pool in Shoreham is Matthew Zoll, the 23-year-old who is accused of murdering his father.
Based on the location that the body was found, proximity to what we believe was the crash site.
Okay, so get this. This guy ended his father's life in Minecraft. I believe shanked him like 10 times or something like that. And I think there was even a knife in his body when they found him. And he ran from authorities and just disappeared into the woods. And I believe this was back in like October or November. And the weird coincidence that is crazy is that that home belongs to one of the lead investigators on that case. So that investigator was working on this case this whole damn time. It was in his own pool. Y'all believe that shit?
Of Matthew Zoll, the clothing The fact that there were no shoes on the individual.
As News 12 has reported, Joseph Zoll called police last November and said his son stabbed him before he died from his injuries. We spoke with people currently living in the home where the brutal murder allegedly occurred.
We were very scared. It was very scary. We thought maybe he would come back.
At the time of the attack, police had said the younger Zoll fled the Rocky Point home in a vehicle registered to his mom. It was here at the intersection of 25A and the William Floyd Parkway where police say Matthew Zoll crashed his car on November 9th at about 1:30 in the morning and then fled on foot. That crash is about a half a mile from where a homeowner on Powell Court found the body on Sunday. Sources confirmed to News 12 that homeowner is a detective who took part in the massive manhunt for Zoll.
When they opened the pool, they discovered a body.
The first thing that came to mind for me was that young man that killed his father, and he had mental issues, and because it was right up here.
In Shoreham, Suffolk County, Krista McNally, News 12.
Yeah, so looking at this kid, and the reason why I chose this video is you can tell by the way that he's dressed that he was some sort of delayed, you know, like somewhere on the spectrum. And I'm not talking shit because I really think that like everybody is somewhere on the spectrum. Sorry for the spazzing out. But I'm trying to find that here, right here. All right. So, you know what I'm saying? Like the oversized pants, the anime, is that anime? I don't even know. Shirt, the oversized jacket, you know, you could tell he's a little socially awkward. So I don't know. It's a sad case and it's a sad story, but I just thought that coincidence was crazy. And then like, I don't know, I can't get into like the whole true crime thing because, you know, like it's a little like dark and I don't know, I couldn't do that every day, but some things like this I find interesting AF. Okay. So moving on. Hold on, let me catch up with chat before we move on. It's kind of slow today. There's not very many people here. Everyone's out living their best life. Inferno says he lives 30 minutes away from where Jersey Shore was filming. Did you go get a t-shirt from the t-shirt shop? Kimbolina flexing her wrench status. Oh, y'all don't fight. Play nice. You're dumb, Inferno. Yeah, clearly I think he probably was just trying to hide from the cops and then thought, oh, I'll be in here for like an hour or two and then leave when they stopped searching for him, and something went wrong. He either forgot which way was out or just suffocated under there and drowned. Yeah, you're right. Pretty much everyone's welcome here unless you talk about certain situations. Y'all already know that I'm not down for the shit that's been used for ammo in the girl world community and like being super crazy, you know, just hateful. Inferno answered me and he said, no, he did not go to the t-shirt shop. He avoided bar A, not his scene. What is that place? Is that a bar too? Inferno? He said he was more about another place than beach bars. Yeah, so did y'all see the fucking grief that people are giving Alabama Barker recently? Oh my God. Oh my God. Oh my goodness. I guess she adopted a dog. Well, she didn't adopt it. She bought it, of course. You're stupid, Kimbolina. You swing your dick around. I saw that wrench comment, girl. You're flexing. Oh, okay. There's a small town in New Jersey he goes to. It had bars. Okay, cool. All right. So Alabama Barker's being canceled for a new dog. This is Spill Plug that had made this video. Basically, she just talks about how Alabama Barker, we'll go to right here and see where we are clipping in, but she talks about how Alabama Barker searched for fuzzy dogs or whatever, and she refers to the dog as being high quality. And so she's catching shit for getting the breed of dog that she got and not adopting. And then also for what the hell is it called, guys? Damn, I always forget what this is called. Code switching? Yeah, I think it's called code switching. Like where people talk differently in different situations. I'm kind of that type of bitch. Like, and it's not according to who I'm around. It's just what I'm talking about. Like sometimes I sound Hispanic and I'll lean into it. Sometimes I sound, they call it a black scent, but I don't really get that into it. Like I don't speak Ebonics and shit, but that's who I was raised around. You know what I mean? I was raised around a melting pot of different races, ethnicities, and cultures. So, I mean, I even do like an Arabic accent. Like it's just stupid. But I guess when she's with certain friends, she speaks in a black accent. So.
Instead of adopt. Her comments have sparked a whole debate about whether buying from breeders is even ethical, because there's this notion that breeder worsens the animal overpopulation and homelessness crisis and supports a greedy industry that causes animals to suffer for the sake of appearances. And if that wasn't enough, people are also shocked that her black scent is suddenly gone in the...
So anyways, if you guys don't know, like dogs that have like shorter snouts or any like special breeding of, you know, their structures, they'll either have like a hard time eating or a hard time breathing eventually, because anatomically their genetics weren't made to be fucked with crossbreeding. So like a lot of women are attracted to dogs that have baby features. So that's where like the French bulldogs and what is it? What are those chunky fat bulldogs? The little short bulldogs or whatever with the little snouts that grunt and stuff. That's what a lot of them are bred for that reason. And so there's two schools of thought there. Some people think you can only responsibly breed them with the longer snouts and the not so bulbous head. But other people think that, no, you shouldn't be breeding them at all. So that's what she's catching shit for, is buying this dog.
Video clips. We have to dive into all of this, so let's not waste any time. So Travis Barker's daughter, Alabama, has been catching heat after from Alabama explained she saw them on TikTok, that she looked up fluffy French bulldogs in Los Angeles.
I gotta ask, how did you find my account?
I found your guys' account on TikTok. What?
Really?
Seriously.
TikTok?
I looked up fluffy French bulldogs in Los Angeles, and then none were coming up. Then I went on Safari, none were coming up. And then I just looked up fluffy French bulldogs, and you guys popped up.
That's cool.
In other clips, Alabama is seen introducing a...
Anyways, I mean, like, I don't know. My feeling on it is these people are friggin' young. Like, let her live. Stop trying to punish people for dumb things. Like, for one, I don't believe in cancel culture. I never have. I always thought it was annoying as fuck that everybody wanted to take away everybody's jobs. Like, don't fuck with people's bags. You know what I mean? Like, have fun, but don't fuck with people's bags. So, yeah, I don't know. This is the response from the breeder.
On the Paws and Claws website, the breeder Miles responded to the backlash, saying he's passionate about responsible breeding. He said, "Proud owner and devoted French bulldog breeder at Paws and Claws Puppies. My journey with dogs began as a child."
So there he goes, and he tells this story, just, you know, saying he has the highest standards of responsible breeding. The commitment stems from a deep respect for the welfare of dogs and a desire to contribute positively to the canine community. And the shmoney, bitch. He didn't mention the shmoney, but... And that's another thing. A lot of people think that there's so much money being made in dog breeding, and there's really not. It's expensive as all get out, especially with those type of breeds that usually have issues during birth. I mean, you take your dog during labor, and you're looking at least $1,000 right there. So that's not mentioning changing their diet while they're pregnant, changing the diet and feeding all the dogs after she gives birth. Like, it's a lot. It's a lot of money. So, I mean, you're lucky if you make a small profit, much less like make a killing like everybody would like it to look like, you know? So I'm not trying to advertise this guy's business or anything like that, or like convince people that it's okay. I mean, do what you want, whether you adopt or purchase a dog. Like, it's you, boo. Like, it's your life. You're American. or wherever you're at, like, you should have the freedoms to do what you want. I do understand that, like, in, sorry, that was me queuing up the next part of this video. Like, in other countries, like, I think in, what is it, like, France, like, you can't even have, like, certain types of dog collars because they're so, like, anti-cruelty, where it's, like, in certain circumstances, you have to have those type of dog collars. And a lot of people struggle to train their dogs or to be able to give their dogs, like, a really good life because they can't do certain things with their huge ass dogs. You know what I'm saying? All right, let me catch up on chat. Inferno says Alabama is always doing something that's wackier than the usual. I'd swear it was just a relevance thing she's chasing. I know, right? Remember when her and what's her name? The Cash Me Outside girl? What's her name? Bad Baby, Bad Barbie, whatever the fuck her name is. We're going at it. Her mom, are you even old enough, Inferno, or anybody in chat to remember her mom? Her mom and Travis used to have was it an MTV reality show, I think? And her mom, I think her name was Shannon Mokler, was a model. Gorge, by the way, and so is Alabama. But her mom used to, like, never get out of bed. And Travis Barker was the one that was really active and really hands-on with their parenting, at least the way the show was edited to look, you know? So it makes me wonder how much involvement she has in her life now, you know? My whole chat is really just Kimberlina and Inferno going back and forth on whether they're going to behave or not. I think they're having a cockfight, and I think Kimberlina's going to win. Oh, okay. Inferno says he's 45. He recalls Travis Get Married special, and that's it. I don't even really keep up that much with influencers or actresses or anything like that, because believe it or not, like I said, I don't really feed into the hype, but I do like following the tea and to see what the hell happens. Was that him getting married to Courtney? Which, by the way, her whole restyling, her whole everything, her whole personality is now completely different now that she's with Travis Barker. Do y'all have any girlfriends that do that? Like, they become whoever they're dating. Like, I get showing interest in the shit that your partner's interested in. You know, maybe they'll put you onto some music or put you onto some things. But to change your whole style, your music, your interests, and, like, it's crazy. I mean, I wonder, she used to be, like, what are they called? Granola moms. I wonder if she still believes that and does all that, because she has her brand, right? What is it, Posh or whatever? What was it, Posh or Poosh? Products that were, like, natural and all this other stuff. Oh, anyways, thanks, Kimmelina. I'm doing my thing, girl. I'm doing my thing. Okay, so this is the part where she is talking in supposedly her black accent.
Do you mind? Hi, Kim. Yeah. Go Rom. Right? I go to dinner with him like yesterday, and you know what he says? He's like, I told Kim she needs to get the gray Himalayan. and he's like, I know, and he's like, she needs to get it. And she went and she flew all the way to Paris or wherever to get the gray Himalayan. And I was like, I gotta show it to you. I need to see the collection.
And I got one with the diamonds.
Actually, insane. Who did we go to?
So here it is.
Jay, get your iPad phone. You talk about. I said, Jay, come do my hair today. He said I can't, but I would love to. Who you get a smart with?
And when asked, she plays it off as being unaware about the whole accent switch ordeal.
Why do you talk like that? Bro, do I have an accent? I'm not in, like...
When asked...
Definite difference.
I need to see the collection.
And I got one with the diamonds.
This is like, oh my God, totally fucking Valley girl. Like, you know, the San Fernando Valley or like the LA Valley or like any valley in the whole motherfucking Southern California area. Like, oh my God. She's just kind of dialing it down and she's taking it on because she's around Kim.
Who did we go to?
Hey, Ashley. Jay, get your iPad phone. What are you talking about? I said, Jay, come do my hair today. He said I can't, but I would love to. Could you get a...
Really, Rich? Look at that lazy ass jaw. She ain't enunciating. She just full on became another person because her friend has some baby hairs. Like, really? I don't know. It's hard for me to hate on that because I kind of do the same thing, but I do it regardless of who I'm hanging around. Like, I'll be around people who don't even speak like that, and I'll be like, girl. You know what I mean? But that's just it. Kimberlina says, Kim sucks. Who is your favorite of the Kardashians? Andrea says, yes, I had a friend who would just exist for whoever she dated. What his hobbies were now her new hobbies. Right? Isn't that crazy? Uh-oh. Why'd Nightbot get you, Inferno? What'd you did? Cancel all the Kims. Nightbug's getting lippy. He said, piece of cake, stop spamming symbols. Warning. What were they, hearts or eggplants? I need to know. Don't mess up my life. Nightbot being a blocker. Okay, I'm waiting for the answer. Who's your favorite? I know what mine is, and you guys could probably tell who mine is. Oh, I'm surprised my back is kind of doing all right now. I couldn't even like sit to put my makeup on. I was like, Lord Jesus. I got some of my lab results back, and I was like, oh, this don't look good. No, they just deleted the message, I think. Laughing. Kimberlina Kardashian is Kimberlina's favorite. Mine's Chloe, the adopted one. Inferno says, I'm kind of anti-Kardashian. I was raised Orthodox and they just don't care about it. They don't care about your religion? How dare they? No, I've seen all of them with not being filmed, and they're not special at all. I seen Chloe one time just walking into an office, and then I seen Kim, I think on in this like shopping area. I'm pretty sure it was her. But other people around here have said the same thing. They're like, damn, she looks way different. I'm like, yeah, right? She's just a little tiny thing. Like, I'm 5'4", and she's skinny, so of course she looks super smaller than me. Oh, the Kardashians are Orthodox, baptized and all. Good to know. See, told you I don't really care about the celebrity shit. I just think the tea's funny. It's funny to talk about. For sure. So what do you guys think about Alabama Barker? Do you think she's just trying to get known on social media? Or twat? Okay, let's okay, do you guys know kind of the whole deal that was going on with Kim and I guess we'll move on. It kind of started with him talking shit, and he punished me because I said a certain word on one of his channels that, granted, I shouldn't have said. I got freaking baited, and I was enraged over shit that had happened over the weekend. And, even though people kind of jumped in to defend me of these accusations because I'm on camera and like I'm a public figure or whatever, a lot of people didn't jump in to defend somebody that wasn't a public figure that I thought was really fucked up. And then there's a new person in the universe who made a statement that I don't have fucking stamina to stream or whatever. And I had just gotten out of my first surgery. And that's another thing. A lot of people have been saying, like, if you were that sick, you would have had emergency surgery. I had stat surgery. I had emergency surgery. They admitted me. They gave me a bunch of antibiotics. They did some procedures, and then they took me into surgery. They weren't able to do what needed to be done there. The specialist, the gynecologist and the GYN oncologist, both were in my surgery. They weren't able to perform it. And then I got like all kinds of specialists out of that because now I have a new medical device, which is my Foley, that I was discharged with to try and hold me off until a specialist outside of the area that's like certified with like all the robots and technology and has a whole like bigger team that can try and get, because my whole anatomy has shifted because of this mass that is in me. So the tools and shit, you know, when they go in telescopically with the tools, they wouldn't reach. And so it's a thing. So I have to also fight off infections because I have something. Like, your skin is the biggest organ that you have. So whenever you break your skin or whenever you're intubated or have a Foley or have anything that goes inside your body, you're susceptible for bacteria and infections. And they also won't do a surgery if you have an infection. So it's been a long fucking battle of bullshit that I've been dealing with. So I needed to find a way to, my hope was to get a host job in the LCU so I could write off all of my expenses that I've had since the beginning of the year. So, and that adds up pretty quickly when you take into account like everything that I've bought, everything that I've done and traveled and all that kind of stuff for content creation. And so I had said, if I don't get a position by May 1st, I got to roll, because I got to put my time, energy, and effort into my channel in getting monetized on that. And theoretically, it would have been better if I could have done it earlier, because then I could have parlayed the audience that I got from Fat Camp into my channel. But there's a rule in the LCU that you're not supposed to do anything on your channel. And of course, you can't use their content and all that kind of stuff. And there's always rules whenever you go to an event, whether it's a YouTube event or like being on set in LA or whatever. There's rules as to what you can and you cannot release, record, talk about, that kind of shit, right? So I don't really like want to get into the specifics, but I was on a bunch of shows. It used to be before Fat Camp, I would just hop up on certain panels and help like bring drama to the panel behind the scenes, right? There's no like script. I'm just like, I don't like this person. They don't like this person. Bring them up and then I'll come up, you know, and vice versa. You know, I'd see somebody up that I didn't like and then I'd be like, bring me up. Let me get them. You know what I mean? And I'm not like the funniest person on earth. I'm not like super peppy, energetic, 24/7, 365. I'm a normal person. But I do talk shit very well for being a female. And so it's kind of like a rite of passage to kind of talk shit to me for two reasons. One, I'm a fat bitch on the internet that doesn't give a fuck what people think about her or her body or whatever. And I'll pop up with no makeup. I'll pop up like in a bikini, like with my fat hanging out. Like pretty much I do a lot of funny shit because I don't take life too seriously and I don't take myself too seriously. Like, I think self-deprecating humor is hilarious. I talk shit about my friends. My friends talk shit about me to each other. That's just how I am. It's kind of like, and not only that, like, it's not easy to hurt my little feelers, you know, like I can take it as well. Anyhow, by Keem moving me around constantly, I just was like, you're not letting me grow an audience. You're not letting me like show every part of me, you know? So that was getting frustrating because I was getting like dogpiled, which normally I can handle. But when it's the whole damn Discord and there's this narrative that everybody's going with, like saying I'm entitled or that like I just think I deserve everything, which Kim kind of played up. Like at the time we were having a conversation about queens, so I did say queens, but what I wanted was to be put on any show. And to not be moved for like 3 or 4 months so that I can prove myself, because I would either get moved or like people would come up on stream or people would lie and be like, yeah, the views dipped. Or like even Kim one day, Becky and I were going at it on LOLCOW Live and I was cooking her ass and he said, oh my God, we're being botted. And that was the day I think he had like either like 40,000 or like 20,000 viewers or whatever. And then her and I go at it and he's not interested. You know how he does. Like, this is Kim. Like, I need a hat. But so he was doing that and he was fucking entertained. And then he fucking cuts us off and he's like, I lost 1,000 viewers from that. I'm like, okay, bitch, like 5 minutes ago you were saying they were fucking bots. And now all of a sudden you're going to blame it on freaking the drama. Like, that's what people want to see. They want to see me cook this dumb bitch. So there was that. And then, so on May 1st, when I was like, okay, that's it, I'm leaving. He announces that he wants me to intern. So he gives the show to a couple people and then he says he wants me to intern. And I was going to be like, no, I'm good. Like, I'm out. But my wife was like, just fucking do it. Just do it. So he said for 2 weeks, I would intern on Milkers. So Milkers was from 1 o'clock my time, I think, to 3 o'clock my time. So I had moved all my doctor's appointments because I usually like them like around that time. I had moved them to the mornings. So I'm on Milkers for a week. Roxy's sticking around with me. I'm trying to I even left Discord because I got fucking burned by freaking Roxy being manipulated right in front of me. Billy had come up after Roxy had called me and fucking made me go up on stream. So then I go up on stream and I'm like putting her on blast because I'm like, why are you fucking with me? Like, are you going to rebuild your whole audience just because you want to work with me? Like, you know, like what the fuck? Like either stop fucking with me and let me live my life or fucking don't. You know what I mean? So Billy had come up and he'd said his piece and then he was done and he was just sitting there waiting to move on as a guest. But every time I'd be like, yeah, the views went up or whatever, they would blame it on whoever else was on panel. And the more people you have on panel, the less you can talk, the less you can be entertaining, the less, like, you can't interrupt people, especially the host. Like, there's a pecking order, of course, and it's just rude and disrespectful. So I thanked Billy for calling in and I'd moved him off. So then Xylee comes in and she's like, who's the host? And at the time it was Beans and Roxy and I was an intern. So then she drags me out of the call and she's like, bitch, nobody disrespects my co-host but me. And I was like, okay, I didn't even respond to her. I didn't even see the comment in the Discord that she said, but I didn't do anything that was disrespectful. And then you start seeing people, and even Rostov goes and makes a kick Zita emoji and then convinces everybody that what I had just done was gone up on panel and said Beans needs to be banished to Aussie, which I didn't. I was giving my opinion that, like, hello, she needs some help here. She can't just be put 0 to 60, like, you know. And so anyways, instead of Roxy going back and being like, oh, let me see what happened, she was like immediately pissed at me for doing some shit I didn't even do. And I'm like, ugh, this bitch has been fucking bothering me for the last fucking couple weeks, lying, saying Keem, well, no, she probably was telling the truth, that Keem didn't want me on Milkers, that she wants me on Milkers, and blah, 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 blah. So then, after that, that's when I left Discord. I was like, I don't want nobody calling me. I don't want nobody fucking pinging me. I'm just done. So that was seen as me throwing a fit that I didn't get a show. And it was really just, I wanted to be left alone. I have a lot going on. I'm freaking over it. And Keem had told me that he was moving me 1 weekend, or not even a weekend, like 3 or 4 streams in, that he was moving me to Aussie. So I'm like, okay, wait a minute. I just moved all my shit because I was on Aussie before. Now I'm on Milkers and now you want me to fucking move it back? Like, what the fuck? And I wasn't going to go up crying and telling Keem all about my life. Like, they knew that I had a surgery and I had another surgery coming up. That should be all that they need to know, right? But obviously fucking not. So anyways, we have been at an impasse because it's not because I freaking want Queens. It's because I refuse to do anything without him committing to paying me. Because at the end of the day, I have to look out for my money for freaking my bag. You know what I mean? Like, it's not fucking rocket science. So, I said a bad word, so I was on a ban, and then he went on live and he spewed like half truths, exaggerated what I had said to him, said that I had said that my fans would leave the universe, which I never said. One, I'm not conceited enough to think that. Two, I know that I don't have a huge fan base. And three, that's what he does. Like, if you piss him off, he's going to find a way to punish you. And what he's fucking good at is fucking stirring shit up, fucking putting his spin on shit, because that's what he does for Drama Alert. That's how he's made money. And he knows how to make money. So while he was streaming, and that morning I told him myself, I was like, last night I fucked up. This is what happened. And then he said, oh, you in trouble? And I was like, yeah. And then I saw the lies he was spewing because he was doing it in Discord before he even went live. And I was like, oh, you're too much. You're talking shit right now. I'm done with you for today. So then when he was on live, he was saying the same shit and he was dramatizing it way worse, which it could have like doxed people who already deal with IRL stalkers. And he wouldn't let me go up there to defend myself. He wouldn't like do anything. So I was fucking livid. And he even said like, Zita, how much longer on your ban? And I was like, 6 hours or some bullshit, or 16 hours, whatever the fuck it was at the time. And so nobody unbanned me. They moved on with their show. I was livid. I was pissed because he respects even like Becky enough to, if she's in trouble, he'll unban her so she could go up and fight and crash out and do whatever the fuck it is she's going to do. For other people who've had their privileges revoked, he'll give them their privileges back if they're going to cover for another show or some shit like that. And I was just like, damn, dude, how the fuck are you not even going to let me defend that or do any like damage control or even say like what had really happened? And then to make matters worse, that night when my ban is over, he unbans me and tells me to go back on fucking Aussie with this new guy and some girl that's been there. I don't know. She's another boring bitch in the box. And I'd even said, like, why am I going to attack her? She hasn't done anything wrong. Not only that, I've already called her a fucking dumb, flat-faced bitch on Milkers. Y'all are too much. And I have no interest in working with this new person that's there for two reasons. One, his first day, it's my show, my show, my show, my show. When even Rastoff, the creator, the original, like, creator of that show with Twiggy, was on panel. And he didn't do a cock walk. He didn't do a cock walk and he's already running his fucking cocksucker. And I'm just like, oh no. Like, oh no. And so you could tell already that too, like even when I was when I was thinking about that show before I knew that he was going to go with the boys to bro out, he being Rastoff, I had thought about like content for that show and how to make it better and stuff that I could relate to and how it could be funny. And Steak's like, no, we're not changing Aussie. We're this, we're that. Oh, I said the new person's name. My bad. He won't be there long. I'm sure he'll get fired soon. Him and another girl that is over there. They'll probably get fired soon. It takes a special something to work for Keem, and you got to be a certain amount of crazy and a certain like you can have boundaries, but you got to be able to bend those boundaries. And the one boundary that I can't fuck with is that I need to be trying my hardest and know that I've tried my hardest and put in all that I could put in with all that I'm fucking going through to make some sort of income from content creation. So anyway, so now the narrative over there is that Zita's a spoiled little fucking entitled bitch that thinks she's owed something because Keemstar used my Starlink, which I don't really give a fuck about. And I don't give a fuck that I took people to the airport. I'm not asking to be repaid for that. I never fucking have. What I've asked is, if you're not going to fucking hire me, don't hire me. Quit doing this fucking carrot in my face of bullshit. It makes me look like, and everybody's right when they say I'm begging for a job, because it makes me look that way, because people aren't fucking, they haven't been in the universe long. They're just there. And all of a sudden I'm like, I don't know. I look a certain way, and they follow the narratives that are in the Discord, which is everybody who sucks Keem's dick. Like, Keem could literally say the smallest thing, and the herd mentality of his fans is wild. It's wild. It's almost like they go incoherent. Like, their brains just stop functioning. Like, critical thinking, what the fuck is that? Like, any doubt of like, maybe that didn't happen that way. Maybe Keem's just that good at what he does. Like, no, they don't. It's like, how are you a fan of this guy and not know his games and how he punishes people? So there's that. And then some shit went down with Becky saying shit about PTSD and about former Marines. And she was using the tragic death of somebody that she supposedly went to high school with and was friends with, who passed away, to, in her words, she was trying to go viral and shit on the military at the same time. So when your name is in red, or when you're a host in the LCU, you have to abide by certain rules to protect Becky's little feelers. So I was like, fuck that. Why am I playing this game? Why am I playing by these rules? Why am I punishing my bag? Why am I putting all this time into some bullshit when obviously if he was going to hire me, he would have done it by now. So that's that. So there have been, like, people keep bringing my name up for shows, which is weird because, again, I think since I came back to Discord, I've even told people, like, stop recommending me for shows. It's dumb. Oh, yeah. One day I even tagged everyone in Discord, and everybody got pissed the fuck off because I was like, can you guys stop recommending me for shows? Like, seriously. I don't want to fucking be on any shows. Leave me the fuck alone. So that was a while ago though. So this is what happened last night. And now you guys tell me if you think that he was fucking baiting me. Like, he's so overemphasizing everything right now. And it's because I was in chat. Like, there was, Mary was in there. I was in there. Cynthia was in there. Midnight was in there. But we were kind of doing like a membership chain because, Keem was saying some shit about being accused of being an e-bagger or some shit. So we did a little bit of a membership train. So he knew I was in chat. And so this is part of what happened.
A good one, Keemstar. I loved her since the day I met her in
She's talking about Brantley.
This last week, pick her. She groomed me. Thank you very much.
She did, actually.
You got cornered. This last week's been kind of crazy, but today's been kind of chill. Are you able to just drink in peace?
Not really. The pub star shit started invading me. And then this morning on my day off, I decided I'm going to go fix test and I'm going to figure out whether or not Zita Rae should go on there or CD-ROM or whoever, right? And Gatsu Watsu, we had all these options. And Nightmare.
Dude, have you guys not been able to hear audio on all my clips, or you have? That's some shit. I just realized one of my faders was down. I'm going to catch up on chat while I'm waiting for you guys to answer me. Inferno said, I'm going to go back all the way. Inferno, I love that you're interacting with me and you're writing in my chat right now. LCU has like every show live right now. So he says, oh Lord, you're in a better setup for surgery and medical stuff now, right? I am in the sense that like I can stream whenever I want to. I knew I'd be down like the day of surgery and probably the day after. Depending on how major it is. If they have to like cut me open the old school way, then I don't know if I'll be able to stream and set up and stuff, but we'll figure it out. Inferno says, what I don't get is why Keem doesn't have a health insurance set up for employees other than trying to take the bulk of the money. Get the union going, Zita, you stupid. No, like it should be done like independent contractor. That's the smart way. That's the business way to do it. At least I'm less liable for shit. And that's what content creators are used to. Like that's like Becky thinks that she works at a corporation still, but yeah, having and employing independent contractors, you still have to abide by certain laws. Like for instance, like when Baltimore 3 was fired and then an intern took her spot. Supposedly like you can't have a non-paid person take somebody's spot that you've fired. And like they have some sort of requirements when it comes to like harassment of employees, but it's not as stringent as like a corporate job that's 9 to 5 that you're not self-employed as an independent contractor. Andrea says, yes, you're great at dragging. I can be. Andrea loves self-deprecating humor too, right? Like, I love to be like one of the girls kiki and talking shit. Inferno says, I agree. He moved you too much. If you can't settle in, then you can't get a good enough idea of yourself to the audience. Exactly. And, yeah, so it literally made my life hell. And then you have to be in the Discord to keep up on the drama of what's going on, you know? And then in voice channels, you're not allowed to record, which a certain somebody did record it and put like a freaking 700-pound man that was shirtless in his reaction videos. But we won't talk about that. But anyways, so you go into voice channels and shit goes down in those bad boys. And then you're like going on LOLCOW Live to feed Keem the information, and then you're relying on the court of public opinion. So it just depends on who likes you and who has morals and convictions to be honest and say what they saw or they heard, you know? And people change up on you so fucking quick. It's crazy. Like if I battle with somebody and their little fandom is gonna, of course, come after me. So yeah, it was like, why I cannot subject myself to sticking my nose in shit for free anymore. Like I can't, and I'm not going to. And then not only that, I don't like using my shit in chat because then everybody comes up and like copies your shit. It's like, yeah, no. Or they're expecting the shit that you're going to say. I'm like, yeah, no thanks. Inferno says true. Panels get heavy when it's more than 4 people. Yeah, you're right in saying that person and her accusation, Inferno. Inferno says Twiggy laughing to avoid Nightbot scrutiny. Nah, Twiggy's pretty cool. I think what he went through, like I said, was just his age and him trying to take advantage of his situation, which a lot of people would do with his age at that opportunity, you know. Andrea says, I'm sorry, but Rastov is so cringe. I can't stand him. I think Rastov in real life is a really nice guy, and suddenly by Keem's doing, he's forced to be authoritative and mean. It's not in him, and it's cringy to watch. Yes and no. Rastov kind of wants the popular vote, and he is known as being the nice guy, but he will, in certain circumstances, like fill Keem in on what's going on. But that's that. Hi, Jason. Welcome. Andrea, Keem is playing games with you. It feels like, yeah. Keem plays games with everybody. Inferno says, Andrea, 100%. Keem and Boogie were trying to push Rastov to go outside of his usual to fire people. He wanted to give more of a chance and maybe switch the setup instead. Kind of awkward to see. Yeah. But honestly, when that happened, I think the people who were in question were Nightmare and Grim. And if you want my opinion, in light of recent things, I think they both should have been fired. I think Nightmare should have been fired too. That's why people recommending me for test, because I don't like Nightmare and I haven't liked Nightmare. I think he's a whiny little bitch. And he hasn't liked me since I cooked him. I could see why they would want me on a show with him, but I would prefer somebody who fucking speaks English. Ooh, get him. Got him. Startled the fuck out of me. Oh, he's going off right now. I should check my cameras real quick. 1 second. I think he's probably just hearing something outside, but sometimes there could be a little something at my door. My wine came yesterday. I'm not a wine drinker, and I have tried in the past. I'm actually not a drinker really at all, but I try to be, bitch. I try to be. So I've never found a wine that I like, but I want to try this one. Oh my God, I'm not even signed in right here. I probably should have just looked at my phone. I think that's the only thing that I'm getting that needs a signature. I missed that bitch twice this week. I was like, oh, my life, my life, my life. Okay, it's nothing I should worry about. So let's go back to chat. Yeah, and so the day I had said the word flag without the L, referring to a straight guy, and I had done it because the guy that I was talking about, Rastov, and I had cooked, and I'm sorry, he looked like a fucking power bottom, and I think that even came out of my mouth. And then he ended up showing a tramp stamp tattoo. So the reason I used the word is because I couldn't think of the guy's name. I always want to call him Isaac, and that's not his name. And so I said it so Rastov would know who I was talking about, and then I said it again, and it didn't even like click to me that I was on stream, because one, like, I kind of live on stream now, so it's very natural, and then two, it didn't click that it would demonetize the stream, you know, because I was pissed. But anyways, when you have a network like that and you're a big YouTuber, like, come on, dude. It's not that big of a deal. But he wanted to make it into a big deal. I mean, yeah, I needed to be punished, but that was a little bit much. Especially with all the shit that was going down with Becky and stuff. So anyways, during that, when I had said that, the fucking rumor, that night, Nightmare and Billy were going at it over Nightmare's language. He tries to incorporate it into his channel. And I don't remember if it's please or thank you, but the word is diak. So Billy was making diak jokes. So I was on panel, and I just went up to have a good time with Billy and Buffweeb and myself and Xylee, because I haven't spent a lot of time up there. Before Fat Camp, Xylee didn't like me because she didn't know me, and she don't trust bitches. I can't blame her. And then since Fat Camp, I've been trying to stay on a good schedule because, like I said, if I'm on a good sleep schedule, I can make all my doctor's appointments. If I'm admitted in the hospital, I'm not all fucked up, because I like to keep my medications like how they would give them to me in the hospital. And so, like, I just cannot be up during nights right now. It doesn't make sense. I just got out of the hospital. I'm about to go back in. Like, hello. It's hard enough to get rest in a hospital as it is. So, anyways, it was being spread. Nightmare ended up coming on that panel, I think, and he was being butthurt about Billy's joke. So I said, so you could take a dick, but you can't take a joke. And that's all I said. And I already knew he was bi. I already knew it was out on his channel. He's very public about it. So then it got turned into Zita outed Nightmare, and Zita called Nightmare the F word and all kinds of freaking shit. Like, it was just a lot. So yeah, I was fucking losing my shit at people. Anybody was gonna get it. And so who got it was the people who were on panel that said that shit about me not having stamina, which was Rastov, the new guy, and the intern. So I popped off a little and I said the F slur. Okay. So, okay. Andrea said, yeah, they heard, but I have to put my sound up for streams. Just the usual for me. Inferno says you're good. Okay, cool. Nightmare and Grim. I see why Nightmare got another round. Grim, I'd have coin tossed that if I was going to give a second chance. The thing is Nightmare's not really entertaining. Maybe you guys think he is. I don't know. I think my perception, I don't really watch that show that much, so I could be misinformed. But the few times that I have seen it on, like going to bed or like getting up to use the restroom in the middle of the night, I would see a little bit of it, was that Nightmare pretty much, not Nightmare, I'm sorry. Grimm was pretty much the carrier of that show, you know, but I don't know. So why do you think Nightmare should get another round? Tell me, Inferno. What did Nightbot do to you? Being a dick. Anyway, okay, so let's go back. If you watch Xylee's face when he talks about putting me on test.
Her reaction because there's a delay in stream and she's just laughing hysterically.
Love Brantley. You picked a good one, Keemstar. I
So-
loved her since the day I met her in person.
This last
I
week,
didn't pick her. She groomed me. Thank you very much.
you got
She did, actually.
you got cornered. This last week's been kind of crazy, but today's been kind of chill. Are you able to just drink in peace?
Not really. The pup star shit started invading me. And then this morning on my day off, I decided I'm going to go fix test and I'm going to figure out whether or not Zita Rae should go on there or CD-ROM or whoever, right? And Gatsu Watsu, we had all these options. And Nightmare.
Did y'all see Xylee's face? She was like, she wants this Josh person on there now, which is crazy because Xylee also wanted that Mitch person on Aussie. And I had made Mitch crash out like 2 or 3 times before he ended up getting that spot. So we all kind of knew he wasn't going to last. But, and I even told Rastoff, like, sucks you freaking made the wrong choice in the first place, you know? So I don't know. Inferno says, in response to me asking about Nightmare, says, more or less, I felt he carried the show better than Grimm did, and he was open to talk about his side more than Grimm was. He kept his deal more. Here's where I'm at. Okay. And this is the thing, too, is that if you even watch older videos, they were so different compared to how they are now. And it's like, dude, your head is 5 times the size it was when you came into the universe, but your audience isn't. You know what I'm saying? Like, your clout isn't. Your paycheck isn't. Like, let's keep some perspective here. Let's have a little humility. That's the part that's so fucking gross to me. Like, I get it that YouTubers have to be vain and they have to be self-entitled, and a lot of the bigger ones are narcissists, and that's just how it is. But it's like, just dial the notch back a little bit. Like, ugh, it's gross to me. But I guess that's what gets the girlies. Like, I like somebody who's not conceited, but convinced. Like, confident and convinced that they're good. You know what I mean? But not gross conceited. And they just give me conceited vibes. I just can't handle it. It's nauseating to me. So yeah.
No, it has to be Josh. It has to be Josh. And I'm like, we talked about this a week ago. Josh hasn't even called into a fucking show.
I'm gonna scroll down
me
here
and
and get the
Rastoff
thing.
went off on Nightmare how Josh isn't trying. So they did a whole show today. I don't know if it was good. All I know is Beans beat them in memberships.
Okay, well, I'm telling you now, Josh should be on test. Gutsu Watsu is way too try-hardy, and quite frankly, he shouldn't even be on the Discord because he needs to go and get a therapist and touch grass. Okay?
We are his therapist.
If we're his therapist, then he's fucking doomed. Let's be honest. We are not capable of handling mental disabilities.
I think we should put a camera on him and extra lights.
Okay, this is where I come up again. But that's totally key.
For the grifted, everybody, Zita Rae, Mary, everybody, Mel earlier, Cynthia Breyer, everybody tonight has been absolutely killing it. Keem, continue. Sorry, I just had to.
I was gonna say real quick, you know, so we can get back on the subject.
Lightning
I
Sparrow
love
with that
Zita
grifted.
Rae.
Yes.
I love Zita Rae. All right. But I'm gonna talk shit if I have to talk shit, Zita. I love you. I want to find a spot for you, but bro, you come at me with that bullshit, I'm gonna call that bullshit out. But,
I think Zita knows that that it makes her one of us that you call her out too, right? I hope she knows that. I hope she knows that makes her part of the team that you call her out.
Zita is always going to have a place in the LCU, and I'm sorry, I'm going to go ahead and say it. Zita will always have a place in the LCU because of how she helped in Fat Camp. Not only was there the shit with Elon Musk, that internet, what is it called? Starlink. Okay, but she took so good care of Billy when I wasn't there for the first week. I will forever be grateful for her. And Keemstar,
I'm just do that.
Yeah.
She drove a lot of people to the airport and picked
She
them up.
did, yeah.
And then, during Glammy's wedding, like I planned that in like 4 hours or whatever it was, and I forgot about food, and I went to Zita's wife, and I was like, "Hey, can you just go to McDonald's and here's $200, just get as many burgers as you can or whatever it was." You know, so, yeah, I feel indebted to her in a way, but not for the internship, you know.
See, and that's the thing. Like, he shouldn't feel indebted to me. I've never brought those things up. I've never said I deserve a show for these reasons. People in Discord and people who are fans of the universe have said that, but I've never said that. And I don't feel that. You know what I mean? But what I do feel is that he's never seen, he's never acknowledged anything that I've done for the universe when all the hosts fucking try and gas me up left and right and left. Like, when I've gone on later shows, it was like, oh my God, Zita's fucking great. She has so much energy. I was about to go to bed, but now I'm fucking awake, you know? When I've gone on the morning shows, people have been like, oh my God, I love the fire and the drama that Zita starts in the morning. Like, it set Ken off one morning. Like, Ken really stepped into his own. The mornings that I was on Aussie and we were cooking that little kid and everybody else, like, freaking Ken was like, I could do this. Like, let me just take a chunk out of everybody's ass. And he started like leaning into that more. Beans like started being like, okay, I can, well, she's always had that fire. I've heard from Discord and I've seen it a little bit. And I've always encouraged her to like lean into it, you know, but people also have careers and future aspirations that they have to think about when they do shit. Well, you know what I mean? But I don't know. So, I mean, I don't agree with that statement. I don't think he should feel indebted to me. I don't think I deserve a show because of the things that I did or the things that my wife did at Fat Camp. We're just people that treat people how we would want to be treated. Yes, I was sick. Yes, I was in a lot of pain, but I still was doing what I could do, which meant just being in my car at like at 8 out of 10 pain and getting through the 2 weeks.
Internship. I'm trying to find you a spot, Zita. What happened, Billy?
Criley Gets Feels just sent a dono and said, hi. Criley Gets Feels, thank you for the hi.
There's a Criley Gets Feels now? Oh my God, you people hate me, but I love it. Thank you.
Oh my God, I think we got a new rewind t-shirt coming up.
Probably. I can't even get mad at it. I think it's fucking funny.
Wait till she's sober. Criley's gonna have some feels again.
For real, Criley Gets Feels t-shirt coming to the Rewind store. Holy shit.
Team, can I?
For the grifted. Everybody, Zita Rae, Mary, everybody.
Where's
Mel
the
earlier,
other
Cynthia
shit?
Pryor.
Hold on, let me find it real quick. There's a part where he goes off. Okay, here we go with his sarcasm. And so right here, you could tell he's trying to bait me because they had already seen me in chat.
So it's really there for life.
20222 and 20222 is my favorite number, bitches.
For test. That's a Rastov comment. Sorry, go ahead, Keen. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Keen.
No, all good, all good. Yeah, see, like Zita doesn't understand. Like I really do try to find
I guess we should hear that whole Rastov comment, huh?
Purgatory, aka LOLCOW Gaming. Then put Gatsu up there.
Rastov says
really
Zita for
idea.
life. Zita for test. That's a Rastov comment. Sorry, go ahead, Keen. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Keen.
No, all good, all good.
At least Rastov, at least he admitted defeat because I took his fandom was at one time Rastards, I think, and I was like, bitch, I call my people Zetards. You better back the fuck up. We will fight over fandom names. So that was him saying that.
Zita for test. That's a Rastov comment. Sorry, go ahead, Keem. I didn't mean to interrupt.
Go ahead, Keen.
No, all good, all good. Yeah, see, like Zita doesn't understand. Like I really do try to find her a spot where it'll work. She has to be on one of the smaller shows. You know, she has to build up her rep and whatnot. She doesn't get that. She thinks I hate her and I just want to use her because she's so talented and she's so lucrative and she's such
Okay
an
with the
amazing,
sarcasm
talent to the LCU
and the
just every time she's on
over-exaggeration.
screen, thousands of dollars just going to my pocket and I'm just using her, but that's not true. I'm trying to find the spot so those thousands and thousands of dollars that Zita Rae makes, you know, we can split fairly, but unfortunately I haven't been able to find the spot. But I'm thinking like Gutsu Watsu, like potentially maybe intern for Rewind. What do you think, Xylee?
Tell me that motherfucker shit starter fucking Keem was not trying to bait my ass to go the fuck up there. Because he knew I'd go off. Little fucker. Let's see. I'm gonna catch up with you guys. I gotta see where I was before. Okay. What's Riesling Inferno? Andrea says a straight man with a tramp stamp tattoo. I know, right? It said something like made in China or whatever. So I was making tariff jokes on it. No, it wasn't part of a back piece, Inferno. It was just like a little tramp stamp. Inferno says that's trash. Inferno says more or less. I felt like he carried the show better than Graham. Okay, yeah. Okay, I read that one already. He says it took a bit for Graham and Nightmare to mesh. Inferno says, I think you should have had consistent host support more often than anything. You did right by... That's legit. What do you mean I did right by... What are you talking about? Always with the twist. Riesling. Oh, it's a white wine. Is it sweet? That's the thing. I'm a baby drunk. Like, I can't drink grown-up shit that's too rough. I could do shots with the chaser, but even tequila's wrong. It's bad for me. I was dating somebody and I was at a party and they were like, don't be doing tequila shots. And so I don't know if I have oppositional defiant disorder or what. I was like, bitch, I'll line them up. And I think I did like 15 shots or something. I Ralphed all over my friend's bathroom. We were at Huntington Beach. Oh my God. And I was young. I was a bad girl. I grew up quick. Yeah, I did right with the help at all. Yeah, and so he was saying, Inferno was saying that he thought I should have more host support. The thing is when you're in a universe like that, everybody's just looking out for themselves, you know? What is it? The crab bucket theory where fucking people are just dragging other people to try and get to the top and then they all end up falling down to the bottom. That's fucking what it's like. It's like, it's gross. You know, it's the same shit that happens in girl world. Like whoever the biggest creator is has the biggest target on their back, you know? And people are always trying to sub-farm and fucking slander you and do all kinds of crazy shit where it's like, we're all fucking human. We all make mistakes. Like, chill the fuck out, you know? And nobody in girl world has a fucking brain. Like, I've been a lurker of girl world for a really long time. And I used to participate in side chat a lot more. Like, especially during the Panini. And then I had somebody come after me and I was like, the fuck? Let me lock my shit down. Not for my help and my health, but if my people see this shit, like, it's no good. I'm trying to keep my drama at a minimum. So that's when I had to separate my real life from like my social life, my social media life. Not that I have much of a social media life because I like to live my life unplugged. I don't like everybody to know my business. I don't got to flaunt shit, you know, because like what I have isn't who I am. Like, I'm just not that type of person. And oh my God, the time you have in your day when you don't mindlessly scroll on the apps is crazy. You know that, and a lot of people have said this, that like, who was it? Was it Isaac Newton? It was either Isaac Newton or it was, why am I blanking right now? Thomas Edison. It was somebody who said with technology and advancements in knowledge that like, we're going to have a generation of fucking idiots. And that's how it is right now. Like social media and technology has not only increased like depression and shit because people feel like they're not living up to their standards. But it's also fucked with our memories and how like nimble and stuff our minds are because we depend so heavily on our electronics, you know? There's very few people who even can remember a phone number, you know? It's crazy. And I think early onset Alzheimer's and dementia is going to become more popular at younger ages than it has been in the past. So, I don't know. That's just my thoughts on it. So, yeah. Yeah, there are some hosts that have been cool with me, like, since the jump. And those are people who either came in around, like, right before Fat Camp or have been there, like, and knew me from, like, right when Queens started. Because when Queens had their tryout for, back in the day, it used to be 3 hosts. And then it became, like, the best 2 would keep the show, the third would move on. Because to make a livable wage with those small of audiences, it can't really be cut 3 ways, right? Because then you also have the channel owner and YouTube's cut. So during tryouts for Queens, it used to be where you just sat in members waiting for fucking ever. So when Purple Hair, which is Zayzooted, and Ruby and some other people tried out, like, I was there in members waiting and Boogie kept pulling me up because my avatar was purple, and so Keem would be like Purple Hair, and so he would pull me up and then put me back down and then pull me up and then put me back down. So I think they did like 2 days or 3 days of auditions, and I'm like, bitch, I keep fucking getting dressed, I keep putting on makeup, I keep fucking doing my hair and sitting here for no motherfucking reason. And so that was that. But yeah, people who knew me then I was talking shit in Discord and cooking people, they were like, oh my God, Keem, if you don't fucking hire this bitch, like, it's going to be the fumble of 2025. And those were the mods at the time. So the people who remember me from back then have had my back, unless, of course, I've talked shit about their favorite host. Andrea says, I used to be a bookworm, loved reading books, haven't finished a book in years. I blame social media killing my attention span. I know, right? And I've never really been a book reader, but recently I have bought books, but I'm like, you know what? Maybe I'm getting to the point to where I need a Kindle. I was thinking about that, you know, going to the hospital. Because there are some really good books that I think would keep me interested. And speaking of books and influential things, I was thinking about this when I was getting ready for stream. I don't know why. What made me think about, I think I was listening to a show and I was thinking about like how context and stuff like that can influence you, and like how lived experience can influence you. And I remember when I was young, like my mom was really, really strict. I was the only child for a really long time. And so I didn't have a lot of privilege, or I didn't get to go a lot of places. So I read books, you know, like the Boxcar Children, the Bernstein Bears. Yes, bitch, it's a Bernstein Bears. And then I got tired of reading like young adult and teen books. So I would start reading my mom's books, and she liked John Grisham. So like books like The Firm and A Time to Kill. I read A Time to Kill at probably an age I shouldn't have read that book. But that book is so crazy and it's so graphic. Just the issues that it made me think about. Like, I used to be so naive, and even as an adult, I was naive, but I used to be so naive and be like, oh no, ending somebody's life is just wrong. But reading that book, I was like, if a vindictive end of life was ever warranted, I could relate to that heavy. And at the time, I wasn't even a parent. So I'm not going to spoil the book for you, but it's a good book. It's about when the right time to kill is. Andrea says, my mom loves Stephen King, so I grew up reading his books. I was in like grade 6 or 7 reading those. Way too young. Same with Grisham. Loved his books, right? So yeah, that's kind of what I started doing to go to bed, was starting to read, because unfortunately reading puts me the fuck to sleep, but I need to get the hell out of that. And you know, actually do some good reading. Dragonlance books, what is that? I didn't actually write this other thing down. What the fuck was it? Did it have to do with Trump? I should have put a note in my phone. I don't know why I didn't. There's something else that happened like today or yesterday, and I was like, girl. I had a thought on it, and I was like, bitch, you should share that thought. No, I don't remember what the hell it was. Let's see if I can, if I have if any of my tabs will remind me. I remember once I log off. That's how my brain works. That's another thing about like ADD and ADHD. I think that like scrolling and shit makes it worse, you know, because I'm sure I have it. People say you have ADD or ADHD if people can distract you. And I'm like that. Like, I don't mean to be rude or interrupt people, but I'm like, I'm going to lose this thought if I don't spurge it out. If I don't freaking let it fall out of my fat little lips, it's going to be lost in foreverness. But yeah, I'm not trying to be rude and I'm trying not to be on a bunch of fucking medications either. Like, I think if I could survive unmedicated, I'm gonna just do that. D&D adventure books, Dungeons and Dragons. You know, I want to get into the card games too, but I'm like, bitch, you don't need another thing to burn money on, you know. So that's that. So what's the newest on Girl World? I for sure am not trying to become a foodie beauty reaction channel. Like, no thank you. I've avoided being a technical part of Girl World for a long time. I'm just a fucking orbiter. I'm kind of known as Zita from LOLCOW now. And it's like, it's pretty bad when you're like, I want to pick LOLCOW over this other community because bitches be dirty and all the discords and all the shit and all the games that go on. I was telling my wife, I was like, hey, do you think we should write a movie about Girl World? Because so many people have talked about it and all the crazy nonsense that goes on. And she was like, I don't know. But hear me out. Hear me out. I feel like if it was framed appropriately, it would be a really good fucking movie. You know what I'm saying? I mean, all the lol suits and shit. It's crazy. It's crazy work. I saw that she was back. Let me look and see. I think GORLIC came up in my notifications. Did you guys see that or no? It could have been from days ago because, you know, your girl isn't all in touch with the interwebs all the time. But I thought I saw something, and his videos are usually pretty short, so. Oh, she returned to Cameo. Pause Kuwait provides date for update. Okay, so Pause Kuwait is the people who, this is what I've been able to keep up with. This is all that I kind of know, is that she took a kitten off of the street, which is probably how they got Julie in the first place, because that's what all the speculation was about, right? So the girls were probably right. So she took this kitten that looked too young to be separated from their mother. And so she's accused of separating it from their mother. Did you guys actually see the mom cat in the area or no? That's my first question. And then 2, I saw that a not-profit organization, which I think is that Pause to Whatever, had said something online about how wrong it was that she had done this. So, and then 3, did she take donations for this specific kitten, or is she talking about using donations from the past for the kitten? And I love how I said 3 and then I did 4 fingers. Because you know I'm smart like that. I'm out now. Andrea says she doesn't keep up with foodie anymore. Yeah, remember the last time that they got her location when she went MIA for like over a week and turned up in Canada? I think like 7 or 8 days later. I think they knew where she was because they sent her a link or some shit. And a phishing link, and she fell for it. Bitch, I don't click a link to save my life. They'll be like, your package wasn't delivered. I'll be like, I don't give a fuck. I ain't clicking no link. I'll even text people back and be like, what is that? I don't open links, bitch. Oh my gosh. Another thing we got to talk about. I should probably like pull old people moves in. Write notes to myself. Okay, so Andrea says she doesn't keep up with Foodie anymore. Inferno says some irrelevant person is running minimally poop defense as usual, and her other paid for lucky is still doing her trying to put black clouds on everything. Yeah, what's the whole deal with everybody going after GORLIC? Like, who cares? All I seen was some certain person with a melting face was covering his financial situation. And it doesn't matter, like, how much money you have or you don't have. Like, if your bills get to a certain point, the smart thing to do is to do what he did, you know? And you don't know everybody's 100% business. You don't know what they're going through. Like, unfortunately, a lot of America, especially right now, is living paycheck to paycheck. Like, that's why I'm fucking tripping, because I used a lot of my fucking savings, and I'm like, damn, I have like very little liquid cash money right now. That makes me uncomfortable, especially going through this procedure. So if you make arrangements with a company, like, how is it shameful for you to agree to pay the minimum, and whatever you do over that is your business? You know what I mean? Like, yeah, you're going to agree to the minimum, and then when you can, make more. It's the same thing with like anything I finance. If I finance it, I'm trying to get the lowest payment possible so that I can make double payments and pay that bitch off faster. So that's dumb. It just makes you look like a dumbass, and it makes you look privileged as fuck. Okay. Inferno says it was Kitten Donos from 2 weeks ago she got caught up on. And it's illegal to solicit without being a legally recognized charity there. It's the bulk of the country doing the paycheck run. It's been like that for a while too. Yeah, you know what else is crazy is that, remember when that thing went around, I think it was on TikTok, where people, like little kids, like young 20s, young 18 people, were made aware of the situation that you could deposit a check and then take out money, and then the check would bounce, and then you had all this supposed free money, and everybody who knew better was like, that shit's gonna catch up with you. You're gonna end up in the pokey. But ever since that happened, all the banks are fucking acting different. It's so fucked up. Like, for instance, I used to just like Zelle myself to pay, like to transfer money from one bank to another bank, and then to pay a bill, you know? And it would right away, I press send, it's received on the other bank, and then I can pay my bill, good to go. And no, bitch. Now they hold it for 3 to 5 business days on each end. So you gotta send that shit, wait 3 to 5 business days for the person to send it, up to 3 to 5 business days for the other bank to receive it, and then you can fucking pay your bill. I'm like, that's crazy. That's like a whole extra week in just transferring. Like, bitch, we're in 2025. There's people fucking going to the space for fun, and you're fucking holding my own money? The fuck? I'll tell you what. So that shit irritates my soul too. Which fucking phone was that? This one. Wait a minute. Oh, okay. No, it was everyone ping. I'm like, the fuck? Okay, so yeah, that's crazy. Let's face it, Foodie Beauty's a freaking roach. Nothing's gonna happen to her. She's been running like a toddler for years. What's crazy though is the amount of money. Well, I can't say the amount of money I'd pay. We should freaking crowdfund to be able to see that bitch without filters. Who's gonna run up and smash her phone and keep her from buying another Android? We got to get her on that iPhone or that GoPro. That GoPro bitch. The thing with me is like, why does she hide it? You know what I'm saying? Like, just take accountability. Like, you're not really fooling anybody. Like, maybe a 1/10 of your new chat, but everybody else is trolling you. And everybody else has eyes. It's crazy to me. It's crazy work. But maybe that's what makes her the shmoney. But she's just feeding her gullet these days. It's pretty sad. I couldn't even watch it if I tried, honestly. Yeah, I think you can, Inferno, but I don't know. I probably could, now that you say it, but I'm not sure. It kind of depends on what kind of ink you're dealing with, I think. So, without giving specifics, I don't know if I can link my accounts. Hi, pretty genius. Welcome, girl. I followed you back on, I think it was IG. I was like, hey, I recognize that name. So yeah. I wonder, do you guys want to listen to what GORLIC has to say about her turning up on her Cameo? I mean, she does need some sort of income, and that's probably, well, I don't think that, okay, so I have a theory that she's been doing feeder content on the side from YouTube. And this is what happens. Like, people in countries in the Middle East, they don't have access to do a lot of electronic payment methods to other states. And they also don't have a lot of access to, like, prawn sites and stuff. So I think my conspiracy, my hypothesis, I don't know, what I think is happening is that she's been doing feeder stuff behind the scenes for a long time. Now, I don't know enough about Cameo to know if that would be the place that she would do like video content, like getting a request there and then creating content like free form as a video file or whatever and sending it to other people. But I think her and her mans have been doing that for income for a while. And I think that's what she refers to as her man's business. Like, I think that he does some side work for her channel, but I think that there's also a second income that involves feeder content. All right, GORLIC, don't flag my video or I'll have to, I don't know, call you out for not being a NASCAR driver.
What is going on, guys? Welcome back. Commentary for you, and we have quite the update from Chantal. So first of all, this is the latest from Paul's Kuwait. Says, dear support, we're being bombarded with messages every single day and night. Your love, support, concern are reaching us from all directions, and we are truly grateful. However, unable to respond each and every message. That's why we're sharing this publicly. We're staying focused on what matters: positivity, truth, justice. It's an important word for Chantal right now, justice. We promise that after Eid, we will be posting official updates regarding Chantal, Salah, and many other individuals involved. I think that means the Beezers. Please understand that preparing everything, collecting, translating, takes time, serious effort. We are committed to doing this properly, following Kuwaiti law strictly and respectfully. Everything we are doing is by the book. This is not about drama or any personal agenda. What happened is real, and we are standing strong for our values, our religion, our country. To every single one of you that stands with us, whether from the beginning or recently, we see you, we feel your strength, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. And again, a reassurance that Tuesday, apparently there's going to be a bit of a update from Paul's Kuwait. We also, as I said, have an update from Chantal. Now, Chantal has not went online. Chantal has not posted. Chantal has essentially let all her supporters sit around and wonder if she is okay, if Salah is okay, if Julie is okay. But the one thing that always gets Chantal motivated, money, played a factor in loading up her Cameo, which she did yesterday. Apparently, as we can see from the ratings, she did a birthday cameo for a Beezer. This is not public. She intentionally did this because I believe she knows, as she has in the past, if we look at the cameo, we can see where it was recorded and have an idea of where she is. Now, just take a moment of speculation here. I personally would not believe that Chantal would be...
Okay, who was it, motherfuckers? Whose tribe was it? Whose birthday was it? Was it one of the Mexicans? Was it one of the support group members? Was it, what's her name? What's her name? What's her name that's known for getting all the eggplants and cupcake recipes? Oh, how could I forget her name? She's an OG. I'm trying to remember it on my own, and as you could tell, it's not working out too well. Let me go to chat, see if you guys can remind me. Andrea says, I feel like if she was doing side feeder content, someone would expose her by now. Inferno says, Foodie has been doing that content for a long time. Remember that one vid she did sitting with a pile of burgers in front of her? That's when she was into it. Oh my God. I didn't see that video, but that's crazy. Sounds like crazy work. There was some monologue with that where she said something to the effect of, these people say it's bad for me, but I think it's good for me. That's just her. It was Zita. Inferno says, oh Lord, it was the Beezer from GORLIC's deal. So I guess it was Teardrop. Shut up. Has Teardrop been around? Is Teardrop anywhere except for Foodie's chat? Big and down. That's just crazy. What the fuck is her name? What is that girl's name that always gets the cupcake recipes? It starts with an A. Why can't I think of it? Ariel. Yes, Ariel, right? Yeah. Ariel's like, I think she's like 5-star troll. I don't know if she's still even around. She goes into hiding and uses a sock. I don't know all of her socks. I'm so behind. Like, some people will send me emails and give me tea, and I'm like, I'm not following half of this. Like, can you draw me a fucking picture? Yeah, Inferno, Ariel. I just remember her getting all the goods, like, from a lot of people. So anyway, so she made a happy birthday thing. Okay, so also, dude, have you guys gotten those text messages, the spam text messages? I've been dying. I haven't gotten any because I live with my phone on Do Not Disturb and I don't really answer any calls or anything. But like my wife has gotten them. You know how they're like just random and it'll be like, hey babe, let's do lunch. Or hey girl, girls lunch, girls dinner tonight. Da 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 da. You know, just talking in general. And then they're waiting for you to reply so they could fucking scam you. My wife will get them and it fucking cracks me up. She'll bring me home and she'll be like, look at my phone, bitch. Like somebody's like, hey, they talk to her for a second and they're like, let's go out to dinner. And my wife will be like, oh, okay, that's cool. Do you care if I bring my 6 kids? We're really hungry and we're kind of homeless right now. You don't know how great of a help it'll be. And then all of a sudden, gone. No more calls, no more text. Like my wife gets really fucking into it. I'm like, bitch, you have too much time on your hands. But I'm not lying. It's funny as fuck. Like one of these days I'll probably take her phone if she's here and we'll go through them because she gets them a lot. She puts time in. It cracks me up. Oh shit. So yeah, is there anything else you guys want to talk about or discuss before we head out of here? I don't know if she's lingering in SJam's chants anymore, but SJam was a Mexican playground wake-up show for a little while. He was gone, like the last I knew, for a while, and then I saw he was back, but I think he was drunk as fuck or something, or maybe I saw a clip that said he was drunk again or some shit, and I'm just like, that guy's a mess. A mess. So what do you guys think of like the shit I covered today? Like I tried my best to like write down some shit that I thought was interesting that was going down. But like I said, I live pretty unplugged and a lot of shit has taken up my time. Like the other night when I was sitting here, I was just like in a fuck ton of pain. And I'm like, bitch, you're grunting and breathing through pain. Like you're about to have a child. You need to call your surgeon. And she was like, well, I think your mass is migrated down. And I think that she straight up said, when you put your fingers in your vagina, do you feel it? I'm like, I'm not putting my fingers in my vagina right now. Like the fuck? So her thought is that the mass that I have is moved down into my pelvis. And like when I get that urge to push, that my mass is trying to be born. I'm like, great, bitch. That's the last thing I need. Imagine I give birth to like one of those like twins that are not really a twin. It's just like a ball of hair and teeth. I would sew my vagina right the fuck up. with my own little hands, my own little T-Rex arms. I would struggle, bitch. I would put in a crochet loop, an extra knot, and I'd be done. I'd be done. Nothing's going out, nothing's coming in. Fuck that. That shit looks creepy as fuck. I'm good. Oh, I don't know who Patrick is. Who's Patrick? Nobody really runs from the internet in Girl World. They just change their names and they come back. You can't. Like, the drama is too addictive. Unless, like, I think a lot of people from Girl World have become addicted to the LCU now, the LOLCOW network. I see a lot of familiar names when I was over there, like on Queens and Milkers and stuff. Right? Inferno says that's some extreme vaginal discipline if I've ever heard it. Hey, you know, there's different kinds of women, okay? There's insiders, there's outsiders, and then there's combos. I'm okay with being a for life outsider. Andrea's right. Oh, really? Inferno would know. He's a dedicated motherfucker. Okay, so do you guys should I just leave politics out of it because I'm just not very informed? Or should I keep like feeding into the speculation? What's crazy to me is that everybody who was a Republican had all these conspiracies, and everybody like on the left was like, oh, you're fucking dumb, you're fucking this, you're fucking that. And then like a lot of them fucking came true. That blew my motherfucking mind. So that's why I kind of like to like think about the shit that's going on. And especially like with Trump being in office, like he's a fucking wild card, and he's fucking smart. Oh, that's what I wanted to fucking talk about. And I almost forgot. Remember how I told you guys I would fucking sign off and then I would remember? Duh, I had this thought because I had to go to LA the other day to my surgeon's office. It's outside of LA, but it's the LA area. And have you guys heard what the fuck's going on right now? I'm gonna get flagged just for fucking using random fucking clips from people, even though like I know I could play them without sound, but I think we'll do this one without sound. Oops, I lied. I keep fucking pressing the wrong button. Go back. Hold on, let's go. Okay. So let's talk about this as a quick add-on real quick. You're a Green Party voter. You wasted your vote, motherfucker. Okay, so let's talk about what the fuck is going on. So a friend of mine had called me yesterday and she was like, bitch, you'll never guess what the fuck happened. I was like, what happened? Tell me what happened was. And she was like, oh, my family was freaking... My friend had a family member who was deported, and it was a big old to-do. And I was like, oh my God, that's crazy. And then on the news, of course, in LA, they're wilding. They're wilding right now. have you guys seen the shit that's going down? They're closing down intersections. They're like, they always close down intersections and do like drifts, like burnouts and shit like that every once in a while on the weekends. But they are straight up still doing ICE protests. Like, really, motherfucker? So what's happened is Trump said, not today, motherfuckers. We ain't doing this shit on my watch. So he is sending in military over there. And here is some of the footage, if I can bring it up real quick. Why is my computer tripping right now? Uh-oh. Am I lagging? It says I'm not connected to the internet. And there it goes. Oh, this is live right now. The Associated Press. This is what's going on downtown. Right, Neasy for Sheezy. So, and then I seen this other clip of the National Guard was like behind this storage door, that like this roll-up door, and then they came out and just started firing like either paintballs or beanbags or whatever at a crowd that was outside. It was dark, so I'm assuming that was last night. So that shit is fucking crazy. So here's them right now, and then here they just showed this over here. The crowd. Who do you protect and serve? Like, look at all these flags. Hello, I'm Mexican American. I'm a Mexicana, but I love where I live. I love where I live, and I love the immigrants that have come here from every country. This country was built on the backs of immigrants. They were. But you're Americans first. So, I don't know. It's crazy, and I am not looking forward to that at all, especially because I'm gonna be closer to LA, probably closer than I thought, or on my surgery date, and I'm just like, can I not have to deal with this? Can I not have to deal with this? I would just like to go and deal with one tragedy at a time. You know what I'm saying? So there's that. Inferno says, yeah, LA is totally nuts currently. I heard about it and I haven't looked into it yet. Calico says, Zita, do you like Jared Leto's Joker acting or just a fan of the look? The Suicide Squad was my favorite movie. And, well, it wasn't my favorite movie. It was just my favorite, like, comic movie, DC movie, because of the theme. And my favorite colors are purple and green, so there was a lot of that in that movie. And I like the story of the Joker and Harley Quinn, because that's a lot of my wife and mine's story. I'm crazy as fuck, and she's like so normie and so tame. So we balance each other out. So that's why I have it tattooed. That's why I have it tattooed on my arm. Okay. Yeah. Wait till we see on cam in LA wasted and trying to look like he's hard right before getting arrested. That person has the softest hands that I've ever seen. And don't let him fool you. He didn't come from the struggle. Okay? He didn't. At all. He might be shacked up with his in-laws and baby mama and all that and all those kids, but he's a housewife at heart. Okay? He's a little cuck. Which is what I was alluding to. It's so crazy because I get accused of doxing that dude. And I'm like, no, I didn't. He was dumb enough to have his name in the comments, and I did a Google search, and I hinted at what I knew. I didn't tell no one where to find it. I didn't tell nobody specifics, but I'm a grown-up, and I fucking can put two and two together. And especially, like, the old live streaming days, like, I'm glad that that's coming back. I don't know, like, if it'll be drama in Girl Worlds again like it was back in the day, or, like, the OG DC, or, like, the drama community, but it used to be if somebody fucking dropped a link and you had some shit to say, you fucking went the fuck up there. And I loved that era. I want to bring that era back. I want to bring back old school fucking YouTube. That's why I want my channel very like low produced. And I want to do like TTS shit out in public, and I want to do like sleep streams and all that kind of shit. I want to fucking do some fuckery, right? Because so many people watch YouTube now more than any other network or any other platform. They don't watch TV. They don't fucking watch anything else. They watch YouTube as the most widely viewed platform. So everything's so high produced now because everybody wants to be like the channel or whatever. And I just want to hang with my motherfucking people. I want to grow a community. I want to fucking laugh. I want to do what the fuck I'm good at. Like, I'm a crazy ass bitch that likes to have fun and doesn't take her life too seriously when I'm not going through the ringer health-wise. And what's crazy is I've always been so healthy and so like functional for a fatty and so active for a fatty. So it's really taken a lot for me to go through this. Like, I even wanted to lay out today and I was like, bitch, just don't. Just go see your peoples because you might have to not stream for a while. I don't know what's going to happen. Tomorrow's Monday, so that's a business day. So all the doctors are going to start blowing me up again tomorrow. Inferno says immigration isn't the problem. Wealth dispersal and having debt money is. I know where he's from, the burbs. We both got accused of it. You have the stream. Oh, interesting, Inferno. Yeah. Anyways, guys, so I'm going to try my best to pop on and do stuff. I needed this media mod for one of my GoPros to be able to fix the audio in my helmet. And it was hard to get because, unfortunately, if you guys don't know, it's motor vlogger problems is that the new GoPros, which one is this? This is the 7, but I could use the 7, but the newer they got, the harder they are to put input jacks in for your helmet. So I had to go on eBay to find that media mod. And then I was all sketched out because I'm like, motherfuckers, don't be sending shit. Sometimes it could be a scam. So, and then I had to wait for that. So, but I don't think I'm well enough to ride right now just because I'm in constant pain and dealing with some other issues right now. But we'll see what happens. If I get an antibiotic tomorrow and then feel better, I might be out to ride and do some funnish stuff. So, I think that's it. My numbers are really low today. Guys, please like the stream. Give it a thumbs up. That's free 99. It's a huge way to help the channel. Y'all know your girl's trying to get this shit monetized. If you could share it out, tell your friends I'm just some dumb fat cunt that you like laughing at. Por favor. I'd appreciate it. And then what else? I will pop in and keep you guys updated. Make sure you got the notification bell on, the little ding dong diddle. So when I post on my thing, my community post, you guys will get notified because I at least try to keep you guys like on notice of when I'm going to go live because I can't stream regularly right now. I actually could, like, my target time is like 1 o'clock to 2 o'clock Pacific if I'm not laying out, or like I want to be offline by 7 Pacific if I am laying out. So I'd probably go like 5 to 7 or some shit like that. But yeah, if you guys could do that, I would greatly appreciate it. And yeah, I do hope I feel better. Thank you for the well wishes, everybody. I really appreciate you guys and your time. So that'll be it for moi. Thank you for tuning in, guys. Like I always say, time is the most valuable asset we have because we don't know how much of it we have left. So I appreciate you spending your time with me. Please hit me up in the comments, DMs, or whatever of anything that you guys would like to discuss, or if you guys would like to come up on panel and let a bitch know. Okay, so thanks for hanging out, and I will see you when I see you. Peace.
Zita pull up, red the Harley with a smirk. Motorhome park, grill lit, she go berserk. Debo in the back, beast mode on the deck. Jet boat spin, waves crash, what to expect. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. She got the cane course, so that nickname King Kong. Debo bark, deep bass drop all night long. Leather jacket shining, hit the throttle, then she's gone. Riding through the vibes like she owns the whole song. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. Motorhome life, she a rolling sensation. Rest stop queen, every town's admiration. No filter needed, truth cuts like machetes. Zita full of takes, so sharp, call her petty confetti. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat. Funny punchlines, got you glued to your seat. Big moves, big heart, can't be beat. Zita running everything, hands on the fleet. Motorhome life, she a rolling sensation. Rest stop queen, every town's admiration. No filter needed, truth cuts like machetes. Zita full of takes, so sharp, call it petty confetti. Bad girl Z, yeah, she bringing the heat.